welcome back to the stream here. Sorry about the delay there. I had to go send a letter off to somebody, like it's an acceptance letter for my new position at work. So I had to get that sent off this morning. Wasn't too hard, but I had to do it. I wanted to do it as soon as I could, just so that I make sure I got the position there. So everything's good there, but I needed to get that done before the stream, though, because that would take priority. But I am here now, about 5 minutes late, but we're still good. We're back in MechWarrior today because I have an idea for tomorrow's stream, but I'm waiting for something to come in tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get that on time. We can do some of that, but if not, I have some other plans we can do as well. But today I did want to play some more MechWarrior so that we did at least have one of those a week. I'm actually already in the game. I've actually been playing this for about an hour and a half already, just to kind of get some updates on it. I've been kind of flying around a little bit. I've been looking for some better weapons. Things like pulse lasers and some better AC-20s and things like that. I've seen a lot of LBX-10s now, which is a good thing to see. But, still looking for some stuff like that. The reason I wanted to fly around a little bit, number one, to get our weapons up and to train a little bit more, because we had a lot of issues last stream with that mission. I was reading on there, and it's not an easy mission, so it makes kind of sense. So what I want to do is I'm going to travel around to these 3 places, see if I can find some better weapons or something like that. But if not, we will then we'll go ahead and make sure they got that. Maybe we didn't. But if they say once we figure out if we're doing everything correct, to see if there's any other mechs we can probably get, or maybe even get some better weaponry. I've actually got another mission going on right now. It's a pirate hunt. Doing that just to help level up level us up a little bit more. And this is, I think, the 3rd mission, so we should get there's 3 mystery items they were going to give us. They haven't said what those are yet, so I'm kind of interested in what those are as well. But I want to make sure that I can kind of cover all my bases, make sure that we can go here and see what we have. There's not really been really anything exciting show up, unfortunately. I've also been looking for some double heat sinks, because apparently those are actually for sale. But I don't think down here they would sell them as often. They do up north more, but I haven't seen any around this far south, at least on the map, that is. So I've been trying to fly around a little bit. This is what I've been doing kind of the past hour, and I did 2 missions off stream just to help us a little bit. I haven't lost too much. I did in one mission. I did lose an LBX and a medium laser off the Annihilator, but I think we're okay now. I don't think nothing too bad's happened to us. So no double heat sinks down here. Anything on the pulse laser sides here? I've been looking for more pulse lasers too, to see if maybe I can get a stockpile of those, but I haven't seen many of those yet. So let's head on down to the mission here. This is another assassination mission, which is what the last 2 have been as well. So it kind of makes sense that what we're doing here. So let's pop on down here to see what we got going on. One available contract here. It should be our pirate hunt. Running. We're actually. I know you can't see it because of my head, but we're actually getting disliked now. We were hated with them, so they're actually giving us more negotiation points, which is very nice of them to do. So let's do that, and we'll do some more salvage. So we can bring 400 tons. Right now with the lanes we're piloting, we're only bringing 380 tons, which is okay. We haven't had too much of an issue with these, so I'm okay with that. You notice here this guy's actually already maxed out. We're getting close. I was trying to get my ballistic weapons up a little bit higher, just because I've been reading a little bit that the higher you get those up, the more damage you'll do. What I've been thinking is actually switching back to the Atlas. So essentially, I'm going to flop me and Freeman's mechs, because I want the Annihilator on the field. It's a great mech. It's just the problem is I run out of ammo so fast on it, and it just becomes 4 medium lasers, which isn't ideal. And the reason also I've been trying to find some more pulse lasers is to change the other mechs, the other annihilator we have, into at least four medium pulse lasers. I have one large pulse laser on there already, and I have one extended range large laser, which is it's a pretty good combination. But I want to have at least four medium pulse lasers just to have that, you know, sort of burst of damage really quick. I've only found one so far, so it has two on there. So we'll keep looking for them. Hopefully they'll come. Apparently, you know, gear wise, because this game takes, you know, actually it has gears in it. We're right about the time where they are starting to become more common now, which is a good thing because we really need them. I haven't found too many yet, so they also become apparently more salvageable. They come up more often now. So let's get this assassination contract done so that we can get out of the way. I still haven't figured out what in the world's going on with my joystick, which is really odd. Is that rotation thing is still bugging me. So I don't know. Well, I restarted it. I looked through the config files and everything like that. Still thinks it's, still think it's fine, but I don't know. Still have a little bit of a jittering to it.
Systems nominal.
All right. Now it's time for the real target, Lucas Runter. He's terrorized this space for years and years. With his sub-commanders dead, his back is against the wall. That being said, you should still expect him to fight tooth and nail.
So yeah, essentially what we've been doing, we've killed, there's 3 pirate leaders we've been taking out. So we've taken out the two guys underneath this guy. So this is the main pirate guy, and so we're going to take him out now. Which, unfortunately, his first sub-lieutenants were both piloting Atlases, so I got a feeling he probably will be as well, or something very similar to it. Because they actually weren't too hard to take down. Actually, I mean, fair enough. We have a lot of firepower in our lands, so does make a bit of sense that we can take out an Atlas by itself. Well, say by itself. There was actually, I think the first mission wasn't too bad. I think it had maybe 2 heavies around it. The second mission, however, I'm pretty sure he brought about 30 tanks and I think about 2 lances of heavy mechs. He was the only assault mech out there, but still, that was a fun fight. There's a quick draw and a cicada.
Focus target received, Commander. Target this down.
And there he is. Awesome. See what he's piloting an Atlas. Alright, there we go. Just like his subordinates, he's piloting an Atlas. So a stalker, it sure is. That stalker's almost dead. Ooh, this is not going well for me though, because I've already got almost all my Senatorial armor blown off. Of course, that Atlas is almost dead though, so it's not like we're going to be spending too much time here. At least I don't plan to spend. Oh, there we go.
Runter is dead. It's a real honor to be the ones responsible for his death. Good job, boss. Now let's get you all home. Head to the evac point.
Well, if I can, if my mech or if my lance can get out of the way here. Please don't go critical. I'm gonna walk right past there. Alright, dude. You gotta go down. Because you are in our way, and I'm gonna, if I die because I'm walking out of the mission, I'm gonna be a little upset. I mean, we could stick around here for a while, but, you know. There's no point to, you know. That's what a lot of these missions are like. They're real, like, you get one or two really fast, really hard fights, and that's it. And then you walk out of there. And that's pretty much how it's been for all of them, which is good. Because, like, well, I don't want to say anything. Looks like I did lose part of that, maybe an LBX on that mission. Or it's just damaged. I don't know yet, but we'll see. But so far, not too much damage at all. My team almost fell over. I about had a heart attack there. Because that would have been right on my phone. But guess what? We are level 14 now. Legendary. Alright, let's see what we got. Weapon-wise here. We got a nice large laser there. And not really much else. Alright, so let's take that. I'll take the that LRM-10. And we'll take an AC-5. We can sell those. What I'm more concerned about is what they're going to give us here. So they give us a Gauss rifle, which, some Gauss ammo, an extended range large laser, and a large laser. I was hoping for more. That wasn't really ideal, but to get quite a bit of money off of it. So let's head back to an industrial hub here. I'd like to try to find one I haven't been to yet. I've been to that one. Is there a closer one to where we need to go? So we need to go like right here. That's our next like mission objective. I'm wondering if we should do maybe some quests up here because these are level 13 clusters. So I'm gonna guess these were probably harder. You know, these like industrial hubs would actually have better weaponry to them and better stuff like that. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna probably do one or two more high reward requests. Ooh, we're actually out of range for that one. Let's head to that one first then. Then from there, we'll actually travel from to the industrial hub. I really just want to try and find some better weapons and train our guys a little bit more. I'm hoping to be able to buy more weaponry, and that's kind of the goal at least. However, I have no idea how that's going to work. All right, let's keep on going to the star map here. Let's head over to, I think it's called Stanzak or whatever you want to call it. Head over this way. Boosh. Alright, so now let's see what we got going on here. Let's actually first repair our battle mechs so that I don't forget that. Repair that one. The Atlas just lost more armor. The Victor's lost armor. And it says I lost the weaponry on here. I highly doubt that. But because everything was still here. So it's kind of odd, but I don't know. Any better? Oh, look at that. 4 medium pulse lasers. That's like a jackpot. What we're looking for. Alright, let's get these repaired real quick then. We have all the materials to repair it, so it's not like it's the worst thing in the world, but I want to go over here and go to the laser section. 4 medium pulse lasers. They're not the best ones in the world, but they are ours now. Let's see what else they have for sale here. I'm also looking for some long-range Artemis ammo. Would not be bad. I know we had a couple, I saw some of those. Let's go over here though, and let's sell some of these weapons that we probably aren't going to use. Some ballistic weapons. This one we can get rid of. Go and sell that. We can get rid of the Gauss rifle we just got and sell that. Missiles, we can get rid of that LRM-10 because we won't need any of those because we have like tier 10 ones. Any of those? Nope. Probably don't need any more machine gun ammo, I'll be honest with you. Go. All right. You know, any good mechs on the market? I mean, they have a couple Atlases. I mean, that's normal for them. Some does not have an AC-20 on it. I'm a little shocked. It's only got an AC-10 on it. All right, though. But hey, we got our quite a few pulse lasers. Let's actually go over to Enfuego. For some reason, I want to keep its name, but you know, I did actually rename this to Enfuego because that would make more sense. And then we'll take off these medium lasers here and slap on the medium pulses there and there. You can see here the 2 medium pulses that I found are incredible. The only problem with the pulse lasers is that they do overheat, or they don't. They do heat up quite a bit. If you look here, heat wants to do 2.85, whereas a normal medium laser does 2.138. So they are a little bit more heat. You know, they do generate more heat though, but it's still not too bad. Now listen, I'm looking here. That's 5 tons for that one. That is 5. You know what? Let's take that out and put that extended range large laser on there and give a little more distance to it. We do have a large pulse laser over there as well. So, I mean, what we could take, if we really were tempted, we could take 2 of those large lasers out and put two more medium pulse lasers in it. I don't know about that. If I can find another large pulse laser, I would put an extended range in each arm and then a large pulse laser in each arm. And this mech would be where I want it to be at. Kind of the rest of them. Did we actually check the market here already? I don't think we did. Could be wrong, but it doesn't look like there's no, yeah. Okay, we already checked this one, so Goodsburg. I think that's where we're heading next. Or no, we've been to this one. I'm losing my mind already, and it's only, well, it's about 20 minutes in the street, so okay, fair enough. Sue. Got a catapult for sale here. I mean, it's not really a rare mech, I wouldn't say, but you know, which one is it? 2 LRM-20s. That's the one I like. But I like taking the LRM-15 ones and taking those out, because then what I can do is there's 4 medium slots there. I usually take at least one of those off and put 2 LRM-20s in there. I just kind of like that better. Also, they have a Zeus here. Zeus is a pretty interesting little mech. I say little mech. It's an assault mech, but you know. There we go. 2 more medium pulse lasers. I'll pick those up. Any more good? Doesn't look like good. I'm looking for more AC-20s as well, just if we just to get some more damage out of them, especially with the King Crab. We have the tier 5 AC-20 on the Atlas, but you know, just want to get something a little bit better. That's all. Anything over here we can sell? Probably these 2 large lasers because they're kind of the smaller tier ones. Get rid of those. That should cover our pulse laser purchases there. Yeah, before this, could not find a single pulse laser to save my life, and now I found 6 of them, like within 5 minutes of each other. It's just like, all right, well, take those out. Let's turn that on. Put the better ones on there, because they will recharge fast and they do more damage. So why not put them on there? Take the heat sinks out of the arms here and move one to the head there, just so that because usually the arms are kind of the most exposed areas, so kind of makes sense. So yeah, there we go. So we could very easily put all pulse lasers on this thing, but I want to keep the large ones on there because I think that'll do us a little bit better. Maybe that's just me thinking that. I've noticed some of the names are actually sticking now. Big Al stuck, Enfuego stuck, Buckshot is stuck. So some of the names are starting to stick now, so that's good. But you know, it can get a little bit frustrating with naming those things. We have an Atlas here. Nothing. Let's see here. 4 medium lasers. Okay, that's about what ours is. Not too bad. This one's not too bad either. The Cyclops. I've never actually piloted one of those. Those are kind of interesting. But look at that. 4 more medium pulse lasers. I think I just was in the wrong area. There's another extended range large laser, though. I think we already have one of those. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Let's go over to this last place here. It's crazy. I've just found so many more now. It's hilarious, but I still don't know. I think I still might switch over to the Atlas for that last mission. but I might pull out in Fuego for this next mission to see how it goes. Another Atlas for sale over here. Let's go to the market. Atlases have become like a dime a dozen now, which is hilarious. But like that one's like fully repaired and everything. That's a really interesting one to say the least. 4 more medium pulse lasers. Why? All of a sudden they just pop up like out of nowhere. No double heat sinks and only 1 Gauss rifle. All right, well. That kind of stinks. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm not going to go right to that next or the story mission yet. I'm going to travel around, just do a couple of high value quests to see if maybe we can find some better weaponry before we hit that. I really want to get at least one more tier 5 AC-20. That'd be really nice to see. Mech wise, if we could find another another 100-ton mech somewhere, we could pick up an Atlas somewhere if we really wanted to, or because we're not really in a desperate need for one because they don't let us have 400 tons of drop weight yet. Some missions do, but I think we're okay with it so far. Looks like the next one's trade. Look at this, 5 unknown ones. All right, so let's see. Who are we even working for? Inter-System Advocacy. Never heard of them, but they're paying pretty well. So let's go ahead and help them out. So. And all this, it's crazy how difficult these missions have gotten. So I go ahead and accept that. I think it's time for En Fuego to make a debut. But you know what we could do? I mean, I don't see why we couldn't. Let's give Buckshot to that person because he actually has a 9 out of 10. That gives us our 400 tons of mech. Drop weight we can do. It's the first time we'll ever get to actually drop 400 tons into a fight, so that'll be kind of cool to see. So yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. I want to look at one thing before we go out, and I want to see essentially what it is. I want to see how the weapons group are set up here. So the main trigger right now is the pulse laser and a regular laser. I'm going to switch those around. So right now the main trigger is 2 large lasers. Shot number 2 is going to be our extended range laser and the pulse laser. Shot number 3 is going to be, ooh, you know what? I'm going to make shot 3 all 4 pulse lasers. I know, a bit of a challenge, or a bit of a risk there, especially how hot this thing probably will run. But, you know, I think we'll see how it goes. That's why I'm not doing a story mission for doing something like this. Honestly, I have no idea what this contract actually is. I think it's an assassination mission. But yeah, so this will be interesting to see how En Fuego does, because I have no idea. And I just thought about this. I could have brought En Fuego on the last 3 missions, and I didn't. And I have no idea why I didn't. Just add the extra 20 tons of battle mech onto the field. I don't know why I didn't bring them. That's a bit sad, you know. But I think right now En Fuego is in a better place that we can bring a lot more weaponry to the field and not have to worry about him. Actually, he might have more armor than Buckshot does. Could be wrong about that, but I thought we actually added more armor to him.
Reactor online. Sensors.
Or it sounds like we're being attacked.
Weapons online.
I mean, we could be. I don't know.
All systems nominal.
We need to zero in on the location of the aid workers. And to do that, Inter-System Advocacy
Kind of are,
has to
actually.
intercept the bandits' comm systems. We'll create a distraction by taking down their relays, and while the bandits are disorganized, we can analyze their communications.
Incoming missile.
Alrighty, so far, this is not bad.
There's the commander's kill. It's about to explode. Got another one.
This is definitely more of a. This can be very well more of a long-range weapon than anything else. It's like I can hit this, no problem. Like, yeah, I'll just destroy that satellite from over 1,000 meters away. So that's pretty impressive with this thing. I have a feeling that this would be a terrible mech for myself, just because, well, there's two reasons. Number one, this thing will probably cook itself to death because of how many lasers and stuff like that on it. I'm going to pilot it for a little bit because it seems like amazingly fun. But I think, number one, it's going to cook itself a lot, but I also think that this is more of a long-range mech than a up-close personal. I mean, don't get me wrong, with the 4 pulse lasers on there, it could very well be a short-range brawler, but I'm thinking more. That's more of the Atlas's job to do that. Gonna be the short-range guy. Maybe that's just me thinking. I know there's an awesome over there, but you know, I'm gonna take care of the rest of these guys real quick. All right, on to the awesome.
You heard the commander. Take the target.
Target down.
Oh, it's like, what are we targeting down? Oh, great, they're bringing more mechs in. That's awesome. Oh, speaking of which, it is an awesome. All right, guys, take out the awesome. I'll get this guy, the trebuchet. Yep, that's what I'm concerned about. There's that guy going. That guy does not like me here. Alright, we gotta get out of here.
Target is down.
Alright, we gotta go this way next. Start cleaning up some of these guys. There's a lot of tanks here, which is a bit of a surprise, but I think my guys have gotten most of them, which is not too awful bad.
I got it. On your trail, Commander.
So far in Fuego, kind of living up to its name a little bit. It's actually not. If I'm pacing myself a little bit, because I've been staying back a little bit more with this mech, which I thought I would have to, but even with this, it's been pretty simple. It's not been too awful bad to kind of stay back with it, because I know these large lasers, especially the center range ones, seem like they go on forever, but you know.
Tango down.
Like we've left a small trail of destruction in our wake. Oop. Oh, there's a radio tower up on the left here. Where that's at, but all right. Not quite the one I was heading to, but we're gonna take this one up, then we'll run up the hill and see if we can maybe take out that one next. We got that's a Victor. That's a mech and a half. we get close enough to it, and then should trigger that. But we'll see. There we go. There's that one done.
One less target. Yeah.
Now we go up the hill.
On you.
Hopefully there's a path up here we can use. Kind of the idea, at least.
Shared target identified.
Looks like the victor's going down pretty quick, so shouldn't be too bad. But you gotta be careful because I am up here by myself, so gotta be a little more careful with that.
Falling in behind you.
You guys can probably go ahead and catch up to me now.
Lost the component.
Well, that's not good.
Another one.
Target neutralized.
Something's hitting me over here. Got some turrets over here. That makes sense. Alright, now what I want to try to do is see if I can take out the 2 radio towers from up here so I don't have to worry about walking down in that valley. I highly doubt I'll be able to do that, but we're going to try it.
Enemy destroyed.
We're hitting him. I'm always getting closer now. Ooh, there's a couple mechs over here you know, worry about here. Oh, 2 stalkers. Alright, well, that's not ideal. Whoops. Alright, well, we knew it was bound to happen. I have, can confirm I have lost an arm, which is not good.
Wilco, focusing fire.
And this is why I also bought extra medium pulse lasers, because I knew something like this would happen.
I could use some.
And I got a feeling I might have to restart this mission. Maybe just a bit. Because I have lost pretty much everything, yeah. Alright, well, first mission with the new mech, not ideal. So what I think I want to do is I want to try to maybe run up that hill first, see if I can take out maybe 3 of them really quick, and then we'll try to, I mean, essentially this is going to be a run and gun. Probably the most ideal there, at least. Kind of glad we're not running this on Iron Man mode. Iron Man mode was something in, I think, the BattleTech turn-based game that if you die, the game's over. I'm gonna butcher your name. Cuvenet. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong there. I'm actually not running any mods at all in this game. I'm just trying to beat the game just as stock standard. Now, to me, I haven't really seen too many issues with it. Now, the difficulty has ramped up quite a bit. It seemed like kind of fast over the last couple of missions. If you actually go back, if you are curious and watch any of my previous streams with story missions in them, they seemed like they were really easy.
Online.
And then all of a sudden, the last 3 or 4, it just, the difficulty went extremely up, or went up extremely fast very quickly. But yeah, no, I'm not running any mods for it. I'm using a joystick, and joystick and throttle for the game. That's kind of what I feel comfortable with. So you know, to me, it seemed like it runs fine. Now, fair enough. I didn't buy it at, well, I bought it. It came out November, I believe, and I got it late December, like right around Christmas. So it's like by then they might have fixed some of the major issues. To me, I haven't seen any major issues of the game itself. So maybe that's just me though. Maybe that was just my experience with the game. Let's see here. We could go over to this one first. That's where they dropped that Victor at. There's 5 targets over there. You know what we could do? We could go ahead and just destroy this satellite here. Let's get the extended range on it. There we go. So that's that. Excuse me. Technically, that objective is done. We just need to walk over there. So maybe if we charge down that hill, skirt it as much as we could, and then make a run for it. I don't know. We'll try it. Because unfortunately, I don't know where we have to go out at, which kind of sucks. Alright, that satellite's gone. Maybe going this way might be a little easier. If I can hit the broadside of a barn, maybe. There we go. But to me, I get that this is a relatively new game now. I mean, this is, you gotta remember this came out November, so it's what, 10 months old now, almost a year old. So, I would figure that was close. So I figured by now they would at least have most of the bugs worked out. I would hope. There is one. Actually, it did have one bug in this where I actually got stuck in a story mission. And I think that was maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Then I got stuck. We were still able to beat it, but it still sucked. Yeah, it's like I haven't had too many issues. Every once in a while, the AI will go a little derpy, and they'll just be stuck behind something, or they won't find a quick path through, and you've moved forward, and you're the only one being shot at. Yeah, I can kind of see that. But no, it seems like the game runs pretty good for what it is. So I don't know. Maybe I just kind of came in right after that happened. So I guess I got kind of lucky, but. Radio towers. Let's just focus on these radio towers really quick. There's that one gone.
Objective down.
I want to see if I can just run through and take out the objectives really quick. I know there's going to be a lot more pop up here. What did they drop? They dropped at least one more mech. As to what it is, I'm not sure. Which is not usually a good thing. Let's see if I can get guys just to focus on me, or I'll form up on me. Come on, there we go.
That's one less target.
Now, the new DLCs look interesting to me as well, just because there's a couple mechs in there I've never seen before, so I'm kind of excited to see what I can do with those. But apparently they're adding actually more missions to this, which is kind of a different tangent of it. But I think it'd be kind of interesting to see how that goes. Let's see if we can get this satellite dish down. There's that one down. Popped it. Hoping I can get, close enough to it where I don't have to go off this cliff. That's what I'm kind of concerned about, and I think I'm going to have to. Unfortunately, but what we could do is actually just turn around and not worry about it. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to loop around the backside here and see if I can maybe actually take out this other target really quick. I have not played co-op before. I've only played this single player. I'm interested to try to see how co-op player goes. I think you're pretty much on the same lance no matter what, anyways. But I think you only get to command one mech instead of the two usually. So I don't quite know how that would work. But
I got it.
I have lost quite a bit now on this side. not ideal, to be honest with you. This might be the objective we already did. We just have to walk close to it, so let's see how that goes.
Scrub one.
Essentially what I want to do, I want them to chase after our mechs, just so that
Got another one.
oh shoot, that's the Victor. That's not the one I'm thinking of though. It's backing up just a little bit here because we took out the objective, I'm pretty sure, there. So that's pretty much done. So essentially what I need to do is run down, take this one, capture that one, which I think we've already gotten. You know, we've already destroyed that one. So what I'm going to try to do now is run from this side, just tag it real quick, where it updates to the, you know, that we've got the objective, to the next one down the other valley, and hopefully we can just run around the back side.
Systems component lost.
Oh, our King Crab just died. Well, that's not great.
Target destroyed. Target is down.
Incoming missile.
Well, I've got 2 pulse lasers now on this thing. That's not ideal. Yeah, I think we're going to restart this mission because I think looks like both my arms were blown off, and maybe the rest of them were just kind of damaged enough to where I don't know. So, and this thing is going about 24 miles an hour with one leg blown off, which is not ideal. There we go. Alright, you know what? We're going to go ahead and just reset because I think, I don't think that would have worked out very well, because especially, you know, how we have to do everything. So, I'm trying to think what would be the best tactic to go now. I think, honestly, if we ran around to the right first, we might have a better chance at getting this one. It'd be a little bit better chance on that. Essentially, what I'll do is I'll run up the same way we went the first time, but I might try to wait. We'll take out the I don't remember what mech's there. We'll take that one out first. We'll run around to the opposite side to where the next objective is, and then shoot the target, just so that those mechs that drop in, I think it's maybe a Victor that drops in. We don't have to fight that, at least now. If we can hurry up and run down that valley a little bit more to the next objective and kind of wait on that and just try, you know, kind of keep wait till you get past the objective, shoot, you know, turn around, shoot it, and then run. Hopefully that'll give us enough time to get out of there before that mech or mechs, whatever they drop, is there.
Reactor
Kind of the idea,
online.
at least.
Sensors online.
Yeah, I was struggling with story missions,
Online.
but
All systems
you know,
nominal.
not ideal that we can't even get a normal high reward quest done.
And to do that, inter-system advocacy has to intercept the bandits' comm systems. We'll create a distraction by taking down their relays, and while the bandits are disorganized, we can analyze their communications.
But yes, I do want to try to get that next story mission done today. I'll probably have to, you know, start heading over there in about an hour if I want to try to get at least 1 or 2 attempts in. If you remember from last time, we only got like probably about 4 or 5 attempts in it. We were working on it for about 2 hours, so it was not ideal. But so, all right, heading to that first objective here. Go. So I don't want to hit the satellite dish yet. I very well could, but if we wait until like we're about 1,000 meters down in this bottom canyon, I'm pointing to the screen again. If we're down about 1,000 meters down in this canyon here when we fire on it, because we can do it from there, that mech shouldn't spawn, and we should be able to run by that point. Kind of the idea, at least. But we'll see how that goes.
Target eliminated. Splash target.
Target
Ah, it's an
acquired.
awesome here. I couldn't remember exactly what was here. It is an awesome. We're just from the tanks as well. While we're here. That guy needs to go. He's gone.
Objective down.
What? Well, that's not ideal. Don't want to do that yet.
Target destroyed.
What spawned over here?
Target
Another awesome. Let's go ahead and take the awesome out, guys, while we're running. Keep moving, but take the awesome out.
system offline.
Dang it. Alright, well, that's not ideal.
Target acquired. Heat critical. System offline. Incoming missile.
Well, the awesome's down now, at least, so we can at least move on this way. King Crab using that as a meat shield.
Enemy destroyed.
I cannot hit this stupid little tank. There we go. We might have just accidentally hit the radio tower when in a crossfire somewhere, probably, if I had to guess. Alright, now, let's see if we can figure out what we need to take out here.
Target
Target destroyed.
That's what I'm worried about there.
Target
Got
destroyed.
him. And the rest of them are just turrets. Should be pretty simple to take out. There we go. And then this guy. See if I could see this target from over the hill and have somebody from my missiles hit that. That'd be a lot easier than we just have to keep on walking down this valley. But I don't see where we have, what we have to do to take that out. Which kind of sucks because it'd be a lot easier that way.
Target
Oh,
acquired.
that's not it. That's what I want you to hit.
Target has been updated.
We can get some damage on it before we really come over this hill. I'm gonna wait because our guys are already launching missiles at it. See if we can just kind of hang out here a second. I know there's a turret over here. Take out real quick. I'll just clean up tanks as they come over the hill. A turret over there, which I don't see yet.
Incoming missile.
Of course. Decided to hit me with the missiles, even though I haven't attacked him yet, but, alright, well.
Heat critical. System offline.
Well, that's not ideal.
Target acquired. Heat critical. Target destroyed.
Alright, we got him down.
I got it.
Let's walk forward here, get the objective, and then it should be 2 radio towers, looks like.
Target destroyed.
And then we're going to turn around and run up the hill. Essentially, that's what we're going to do. Looks like we have to be within at least 400 meters to get the objectives. what I want to do. I'm going to change the strategy just a little bit here.
Follow the commander.
Two turrets pop up real quick. Oh, I lost some arm already. Dang it.
Target down.
Well, that's not ideal. I don't think we even hit it. I'm waiting for a dropship to pop down.
Splash target.
Has that, something hit me over here. Oh, there it is. They something decided to start attacking, but I don't think it's I don't think they landed anybody new over here, so that's good at least.
Target eliminated.
So essentially what I want to do is try to take out, there's
Into formation,
what, two
Commander.
more objectives we haven't technically unlocked yet. What I want to do is I'm going to try to take out the farthest one first, and then there's going to be two stalkers out there, which I'm maybe try to send in our guys first to see if we can take out those, essentially distract the stalkers while I go and take out the two objectives. Kind of the idea, I guess, we can try to do, but we are still hurting quite a bit. So we'll see how this goes. Those are the two we have left. Well, there's a third one we've already unlocked, but
Target acquired.
that's an alarm carrier. I want to take him out before he really can launch anything at us.
Target destroyed.
And we got him that time. I think I might be able to. Oh, there's the awesome. That's not ideal.
I can't target that.
I bet you will be targeting it.
Lance target received. Shared target identified.
I want to get out of here because I'm not going to hold up very well. Oh, it's a Banshee? Oh, I guess it's a Banshee. That would have been awesome.
Destroyed.
Alright, now that we have some tanks over here, take these guys out for my guys.
Target destroyed.
Another one over here? Yeah, there sure is. It's our little harasser, but there we go. See if I can get a little closer to the fight here.
Target is down.
Good. It looks like they took down that Banshee. Alright.
Target destroyed.
And something else. Alright, well,
Coordinate fire on the commander's target.
not what I wanted quite to do, because I don't know, I guess not all the objectives have more mechs they drop. I guess not. I don't do. Oh, there's another mech up here. There's one of the stalkers. Alright, well,
Tango eliminated.
hopefully that was the Banshee going down. I don't know that for a fact, but looks like the Banshee is gone, so at least there's that. And there he is falling. Alright, I can live with that.
Got another one.
Target destroyed.
What if I can run over here while that one of the stalkers is distracted and kill the radio tower over here? I'm gonna try at least, but I don't know if I can get close enough. It's a tough little mission, I'll be honest with you. Oh yeah, there's another stalker over there. Alright, let's not.
Target acquired.
We can take out some of these tanks, though. We'll have to worry about later. Or one less we'll have to worry about later, at least. I can get him out here.
one.
Alright, we take out. Looks like we took out one of the stalkers. Okay. Now let's see if maybe we can find that other stalker by itself really quick. See if we can take it out, and then
Structure failure. Lost something.
if we can, it looks like he's over there. I see where he's at.
With you.
See if maybe we can walk around this way. And okay, that one, guys, go after him.
Target identified.
Let's stick back here for a second, because seems like they're
Target received. Engaging.
seems like they're doing pretty well without me, which is good. Because I am hurting.
I repeat, component lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of now.
Target
We're all
neutralized.
hurting pretty good. There's both its weaponry guns. We blew off one of its pods.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Alright, there's that one gone.
Target
So we got
destroyed.
maybe one more left.
I got it.
Actually, my head's about to be blown off, which is not ideal, to be honest with you. So that's where I'm at. But I think we've actually taken down the big mechs already, so that's a good thing. There's a launcher here, though. Let's get rid of him. Alright. Last one.
Target acquired.
Good
Target.
work, Commander.
Where are we getting
That's
extracted
one less
at?
target.
Over here.
Good work.
Alright, about a half a or about a mile away, it seems like.
Has managed to crack the bandits' communication network. Let's hope that they've found what they're looking for.
Well, if not, I don't know if we can do another mission right away, because all of my, well, probably two of the mechs are pretty well torn up. Look at that Atlas, or Annihilator. It's fine. Alright,
Target
take that guy out.
Target received.
He's got an LRM-15 left, really? He's hanging on by a thread. Maybe we killed him yet. Uh-oh. Alright, gotta take this guy out first. So I just lost a leg.
Target destroyed.
Not ideal, especially if you want to do a running gun. This is not a mech you can either run nor gun in it right now. There's our drop ships. That's a good thing. So it's like we're going to replace a couple lasers. It looks like we did lose our large pulse laser too, which kind of sucks, but you know. We'll see when we get out of here and what we really need to repair, and we'll have to go to an industrial hub and do so.
Got another one.
Okay, wasn't expecting another turret. Well, there's more turrets here.
Target destroyed.
Alright, well, hopefully that we don't have to deal with any more turrets or anything. That was a little bit of a difficult mission, I'll be honest with you. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. Difficulty 95, yes, but we brought 400 tons of mech, and I just still, I don't know. Hopefully that'll be it. I'm going to the text message I just got, and I want to see what's going on. Oh. Cool. Check. I was like, while we have a moment, let me check some email really quick and make sure. Cool. All right, looks like we got that. Set this back up to Twitch. Cool. All right, there is that mission done finally. Took a while, but look at that. We can get a quick draw or an awesome. Don't really care about either one of those right now, but anything interesting? Maybe a large pulse laser that we dropped. see if I can type here. See if there's maybe a large pulse laser. Small lasers. A lot of small lasers. That's interesting. Let's see. I don't see any large. There's a couple large lasers there. We might grab both of those. That works. And then anything else exciting? Not really. We'll take some of the small lasers because they're not really worth much to sell anyways. We'll probably need some heat sinks though, because I know we have 36, but I got a feeling we'll probably be using quite a few of those. Close that. Yep. So it looks like we're still fighting this one. We go to home. There's something else we need to go. Okay, so we're gonna go there. What's the nearest industrial hub to there? I don't see one around at all. That's not good at all. Probably down here where we were. Probably the closest one. Alright, that's okay. We'll just travel down to here and... We need to start thinking about maybe only doing like 1 or 2 more missions. And then, after that, we'll need to start heading towards that story mission. Let's see here. I need to get to the market. Well, not market yet, but I mean, fair enough. We can. That one got a little wrecked, and Fuego's a little damaged there. But Buckshot, not too bad. King Crab or Sebastian, not too bad. So what we've got here. Hit repair all. We're missing 2 medium lasers. Okay, I can live with missing 2 medium lasers. That's small pulse lasers, not bad, but do want to have some better medium lasers. Get there and there, so that's not too bad that we lost. This is the one I'm kind of concerned about. Hit repair all. A lot of heat sinks, I'll be honest with you. This is why I said we need to... this is kind of like the grasshopper. Oh, it's the marketplace, that's why. Pulse laser, or heat sinks, heat sinks. There's a heat sink here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now on to the lasers. Looks like we lost the large pulse and a medium pulse at least. So what we're going to do, you know what, I'm going to take that one out, put these 2 in, put an extended range, a large one in there. So now we have a lot more distance to it. We also have, that's not what I wanted to see. We also have a lot more, or a few more heat sinks, and we also maxed the armor on this thing. So max armor, I hopefully will let this thing survive a little bit longer. Gives it a little more distance, a bit more damage. Let's see here. Large laser center ranges are on there. You know what? I'm going to swap these 2. That's not right. That's what I wanted to do. And then hopefully, so we got the long range on the main trigger. The second hand will be just the normal lasers, or the normal large lasers. Then we'll have all 4 of our pulse lasers on that one over there. Alright, well, it's not ideal because, you know, we lost a little bit, but that is okay. Anything interesting over here? Not really there. Any double heat sinks or anything like that? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, whatever. Alright, let's kind of, I guess, start heading towards that next mission then. Costs us about 300 grand. We're about up to about just over 11 million, but I think after our travels it'll be around 10 because it'd pay our bills, which is almost $600,000, and then traveling there was $350,000, I believe. It's a little bit expensive, let's be honest here, but still not too bad at least. So what kind of contract is this? This is a raid contract. Not ideal with these mechs. All right, let's max out the C bills. We'll take a couple in the damage, and we'll take 8 salvage points. Fuego still being worked on. We'll go ahead and wait on that. Let's go to contracts here. I'm really thinking it might be time. I liked in Fuego, don't get me wrong, but I think we're going to go back into Big Al. I think Big Al is going to be our best chance at trying to survive something like this. So I think that'll work out a little bit better. Now, the other thing I'm kind of considering is switching these two pilots around. The reason I say that is, number one, this guy actually has better ballistics. So these two AC-20s do more damage. However, he's got 4 LBX-10s, which do an incredible amount of damage if you can actually hit them. Like we even saw him when I was piloting that mech. I want to keep him there. He can't level up his missiles there, unfortunately, because he doesn't have any missiles on the Annihilator. But that might be good to get his ballistics up and his lasers up too. Because this one actually has better missiles than anybody else. He's got a missile, and so he's got all 3 on there, so he can train up. Maybe not as fast, but you know. Nope, that's not what I wanted to hit. I wanted to hit ready. So fingers crossed, we can. This will be a little bit better. It seemed like we had a little bit better luck in the Atlas, and I think just because the Atlas is just a beast of a mech, it'll take a beating and keep going. Whereas those Annihilators are not built for taking that kind of abuse. And the way I play, I need as much armor as I can get on a mech. So let's see how this goes. And then we also have the really good AC-20, the tier 5 AC-20 on here. Single shot, you got to remember that. But, you know, if you can hit with that thing in the right spots, it'll just tear through mechs. And yes, I have. I think I don't know if I've headshotted a heavy mech in this one, just to take out one shot. But I know I've taken out a couple mechs in one shot with this thing.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
The bandits have a command center up ahead. Head out and destroy the base. Doing so should hopefully expose some sign of the missing volunteers.
I haven't really been following the story on this one, but it sounds like we're trying to find these missing volunteers for these guys, which kind of makes sense. All right, let's see here. AC-20's on 2. These are on 3. Okay, I don't remember what buttons they were because I haven't piloted this thing in a little bit. Also, funny enough, this thing a little bit faster than those Annihilators. Even with this hulking beast of a mech it is, it actually is a little bit faster than those Annihilators are. So I gotta kind of keep that in mind because King Crab can keep up with me. Those Annihilators, well, you can kind of already see they're already falling woefully behind. But that's okay. Both of those are really kind of built for long-range fighting, because the LBXs are pretty good at range. Same with the large lasers, things like that. So let's see how this goes. They can fight from long range. They can fight from long range. That's fine with me. I almost forgot I had the stream, the LRM-20 stream in here, which is nice. That essentially that just says that instead of them all firing at once, I've hit every wrong button here. It's right under my legs. That's not a good thing. Guy out really quick here.
Target destroyed.
Go. That mech took a beating and a half. What are we trying to destroy here?
Target acquired.
You know what? There is a Battle Master there. Probably need to take out first. Probably would not be the worst idea in the world. We got some good mech combat now. That's not what I wanted to see.
Critical. Target acquired.
Select that Battlemaster, guys.
Target received. Engaging.
Ooh, whiffed on that one a little bit. Whiffed it again. I went forward and behind him.
Tango destroyed.
That guy's down now, so let's just start taking out a few tanks and things like that. This should be one command center down. Alright, there's another one. Oh, they're dropping more mechs in. That's not good. Let's take out that Battlemaster. So they dropped a Stalker, a Flea, and a Commando. Not like the most powerful mechs in the world, but still, one of them is an assault mech. You gotta be kind of careful with those. There's a lot of fire flying around right now. Is that another Atlas? Hold on. That is an Atlas. Oh, that's nice. Your Atlas is probably the easiest mech to headshot because it actually has a head, like a normal, like typical head. Which I only have 4 more shots of AC-20 ammo. That's not good.
Detected.
Yeah, I got a feeling I might have to restart this one, just for the fact that.
Commander, that mech is about to go critical.
Oh, that's not good. I've got 2 medium lasers left. This is not good for me. 'Cause I can't even aim them high enough to hit these guys. Alright, well, I think this might be a restart. I hate to say that, but I think this might be a restart. Yeah, with how close these are in proximity, it might be easier if we take out the Charlie ones first. Like the one kind of in the very back there,
Lost a component.
and then walk and then head towards the.
I got it.
I don't know why they're not closer up on me, which is kind of odd, but I'm gonna continue trying to do this mission.
Target.
See if maybe there's by some luck we can get it done, but I highly doubt we can. But I'll give it a try.
Heavy hit. Lost a component.
We had a couple turrets hit me now. Just want to keep running towards this base.
Mech's gone critical. I need to eject. I can't believe I made it.
Target neutralized. Alright. Well, looks like the base has been functionally crippled, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of the volunteers. Odd.
Yeah, I got a feeling we might need to restart this one because I was hoping the extraction zone was on the or on this side,
Repeat.
but it didn't look like it was. All right, so here's kind of the idea. We're going to go to Charlie first and take out that command center. After that, we'll swing by Beta and then Alpha and then walk out. Fingers crossed that should work. If not, we'll try to swing around Beta, Charlie, then Alpha, and then run out. Because I think what happened is once we destroy one, they start dropping more mechs, and that's kind of an issue. But if we just take the mechs out really quick, and if we can run through Charlie and Beta really quick, Alpha shouldn't take us that long to do. I think Beta's the one that they drop the Stalker and then the Flea and the Commando. So, I didn't see that. Kubernet, thank you for the encouragement here. Because today is kind of an up and down day. So, thank you for the encouragement, sir.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
I've also been playing around.
Weapons
If you guys have seen, I've been playing around a little bit with having the chat on screen. I don't know if I'll keep it up there or not, but still kind of neat to see. Or if you guys want to chat, you can kind of see it just above my head, right there. I think I want to shrink down just a little bit, kind of keep it in line with the video itself. I don't know how it's going to look on screen. I can actually read it pretty well just from here on my phone, so maybe might keep it up there. All right, let's try to swing around to the Beta first. So we'll essentially go Beta and then Charlie and then Alpha. It's kind of that arc. I think that'll kind of work the best. I could be wrong, but I think that might be the best option for us, just especially where the exit's at right now. I didn't mean to hit it with the AC-20, but I did. For some reason, I only have 20 shots with the AC-20. I might have to go back in and redo that just a little bit. I think I have way too many missiles on the long-range missiles there. So what I might do is go ahead and get rid of a couple of those, and then once I get rid of a couple of those, maybe then I can add at least probably two. Where's Battle Master here? Forgot about that guy. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and take him out first. Because I don't think, especially on that last mission, I don't think 20 is going to be enough. 40 I think I can kind of manage with, but once again, we'll have an issue with ammo, because it seems like we always do. Battle Master, let's see if we can take him out real quick.
Explosion imminent. Your target is about to crit, Commander.
What in the world keep... Oh, we got some more tanks, stuff like that over here.
Got another one.
Alright, so that one's popped already. This one we still need to pop. We need to pop the one in the back. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're not going to actually take out any of them yet, because that would be kind of silly of us. I don't have him taking that guy out there. Essentially, we're just going to take out all the enemies around it. It's kind of the idea. Any turrets, tanks, things like that. If we can do that, then maybe we can kind of just, like here, if I can reach that far one with just some missiles or what have you, I might be able to take it down by myself. And if that's true, what is that? That's another Battle Master. Let's take that guy out first. Oh, come on, guys, really? I had this whole plan, and now I think we're gonna have some issues now because they just dropped a Stalker on us. All right, guys, take out the Stalker.
Focusing fire.
I'm trying to run forward. What did they destroy? Like, or which one did they? It looks like they destroyed Bravo.
Got another one.
All right then. Look at the wall here and start taking out the command center there. RM launcher here. Alright, there's another one gone. There's a third one here. So let's see if we can run and take that one out real quick. Did lose an arm already. Not ideal, but in this mech it's a little bit not as big of a deal. Let's see, there is that guy there. We get a few shots on that guy. Where is that Battle Master at? Battle Master, take that guy down. Take that guy out with you. Try to take out this last command center here.
Taking heavy damage over here.
Target down.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Well, looks like the base has been functionally crippled, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of the volunteers. Odd.
Alright. And we got a 600-meter run to freedom. If we can make it, at least. Kind of the issue if we can make it, but especially since I just lost a leg. Dang it. Really? He's inside minimum range already? Alright, well. I think I'm going to lose this one. I'm going to be like 300 meters away. What a butthead.
Target is down.
Come on. Guys, take the brunt of the force for me. 200 meters left. Come on. Meters. I think. Well, hopefully it stops firing there because we made it out technically. With one missing an arm and a leg, and we're just kind of hobbling out, but we made it out. What I think I'm going to try to do is take on this take this group of missions out. We'll repair our mechs and then head out to that next area. So unfortunately, we've been getting some better weapons, but it seems like we keep losing them too, which is not ideal. Well, we got 2 million more seatbelts. We actually have a battle master we could pick up. I want to pick up some these really nice medium lasers though, because I got a feeling that we can use those. Okay, continue there. Quite a bit of damage. Yeah, I think we have one more contract probably to do. Let's see here. Charity Case Part 2. Alright, so we got one more mission to do, looks like, for them over here. I gotta figure out where the nearest industrial hub, probably back where we were, because that's usually how that goes. Let's go ahead and send that over there. Hopefully we have some of our better weapons. I mean, that Annihilator was pretty heavily damaged. That's what I'm kind of worried about when I saw that. This guy, with the LBXs on them, pretty well fine. Same with the King Crab. I mean, it's lost quite a bit of armor, but I think it's okay. I repair all here. Oh no, I lost that AC-20. Really? Oh, that sucks. All right, let's get rid of these 2 smaller tier lasers. Let's go ahead and throw those. Ooh, you know, do I have another 4? I do have another 4. Let's go ahead and throw the 4 on here. That should actually equal all of our lasers out there. All right. Well, let's do some rearranging here. Let's get rid of that LRM ammo. Put 2 AC-20 ammos in there, and a heat sink. That's what we had in there. We have a Gauss rifle. That's it, really. Let's see here. There's a tier 2 AC-20. That's what we're going to go with for now. That sucks, but all right. Alright, let's edit this guy out here. Repair all. He's lost a lot.
Not in the way of heat sinks, though. I mean, we're okay on heat sinks, and we lost 4, which, let's be honest here, is not ideal, but, you know, it's better than nothing. Did lose 2 medium pulse lasers. Do have enough to replace those. The large lasers is what I'm a little concerned with. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we are going to lose a little bit of damage on that guy. Do I want to spend that kind of money? Alright, change of plans. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 extended range large lasers. Let's see how that'll do. That's pretty much just become a sniper mech, but that's fine with me. It's going to still lose about the same amount of damage. Lost a little bit of range, but 4 extended range large lasers. If anybody else can hit him at that range, that'll be a miracle and a half. Let's go over to the market here, see if there's anything special. They have a Highlander. They have a mounted Gauss rifle. Not a bad one to have. Equipment-wise, would they have anything special? I know they had a couple of like PPCs, or PPCs, a couple LBXs maybe. Nothing really we would be interested in, though. Alright, last mission for this one, then we'll go over to do the story mission. Hopefully we can beat it. I'm trying to stretch a little bit out here. Alright, we have to just kind of wait on that. There we go. And then we should be able to do last one, charity case. It is it's a demolition one, so there's only one target we'll have to take out in this one. Hopefully it won't be too bad. There we go. Alright, accept that. We should have all 4 mechs ready. Looks like we do. And ready up there. Notice this mission does not take nearly as long to load as the other ones do. You know what we could do? I know we're not in a industrial area like that, but they do have markets here still. See if there's any special weaponry. Center range large lasers, that's okay. AC-20 burst fire, don't really care about those. I don't see, I have not seen any double heat sinks for sale, which I'm kind of surprised about, because I've heard those are actually, I mean, I know they're in the game, so I had a couple of them. I think one of the Annihilators actually had it, and they still might. I don't really. No, I didn't really check. No, I think we might have lost one of them, and we have the other one. They're the same tonnage as a normal heat sink, but they do twice the heat sinking. Imagine putting like 4 or 5 of those into an Fuego. It'd be a lot easier to keep that mech keep the mech cooler. If we can find some of them, they take up. Here's the thing: they take up 3. I think they take up 3 slots, but for those 3 slots, you get double the heat sinks for a third of the weight. So it's actually a pretty good trade-off. But trying to find them, I guess, is a pain in the butt. So, last mission here. Hopefully, we'll get some decent weaponry out of it. We'll get some money and some experience as well out of it, but I'm more concerned about getting that, see what kind of weapons we get out of it. If I can get a better AC-20, that'd be amazing. If we get a couple of maybe medium pulse lasers that are better, or just better medium lasers in general, that'd be nice. If we get multiple AC-20s that are really good, put a couple of those on the King Crab as well as the Atlas, be kind of nice as well. So, who knows? We'll see what we get. Hopefully this mission won't be as bad, because this is a demolition contract, so essentially what we'll have to do is we'll have to run in there as fast as we can, and with the 2 the Annihilators, kind of be iffy a little bit. So, because of that, we'll have to just kind of, you know, it'll be a little bit of a difficult challenge. Well, with the Annihilator, it shouldn't be too bad, but trying to keep the 2 Atlases alive, or Annihilator alive, kind of be a little difficult, because the King Crab can keep up with me. I'm not concerned with him, but I just kind of wish. The one thing I do wish about this game, I kind of wish there was a way you can upgrade the engines to make them a little bit faster. Like, let's say you upgrade an engine, it costs you an extra ton, or upgrade the reactor, it costs you an extra ton, but your mech goes faster. Then, to me, that would make sense. I know we had those in, I think, MechWarrior 3, and it might have been MechWarrior 4 too. I think they both had that option to put bigger engines in the thing so they would go faster. But in this one, they didn't have that option, which kind of does suck because, especially on the Annihilators, they very well could use those. All right.
So apparently the local populace have been hoarding ancient Star League-era chemical weapons. I guess the missing aid volunteers stumbled across the weapons and were taken hostage. The only hope to recover the volunteers is if we destroy the cache of chemical weapons. Doing so should hopefully put us in a strong position to negotiate the release of the hostages.
Didn't expect chemical weapons though. That's that was a new one for me. Anybody? They're still okay. We're about the same speed right now. I think that we're going about 34. So it'd be something like this. It'd be a bit of a slow walk over there, or we could. Me and the King Crab can actually run ahead a little bit and try to see what's over there. There's two ways of really doing a demolition contract. You can either really kind of stay back and use missiles and stuff like that to take care of these buildings, or you can run in there if you have some faster mechs and have them attack the buildings, like have them try to miss you.
We don't like low atmosphere.
Have them kind of jump, have them fight you in the buildings, and their stray like shots and things like that actually hit the buildings. Same thing, and they did the same thing to you with defense contracts. It's kind of the same idea, but I don't know how we're gonna be able to do this one, because sometimes, especially if it's like in if it's in like a crater or something like that, a lot of times you can actually stand on. You can stay on top of the crater, and actually hit them from afar and not have to worry about it too much. I've done that before. It's not a bad option, but a little bit harder to do, I'll be honest with you.
Target destroyed.
While I'm waiting on the Annihilators to catch up, we can kind of take out these guys here. What I'm kind of concerned about, though, is that if these are chemical weapons, if I destroy some of the buildings, do they, when they explode, do I have like a radius I can't go into? I know a lot of these mechs have, or I think all mechs pretty much have a sealed cockpit, but I don't know if I hit a certain building, will it just explode and cause me damage, cause any, both their units and mine damage? I don't know. Actually, we kind of do want to pick this fight. There's a alarm 20 carrier there.
There it is. I'll leave the rest of the demolition job up to you, Commander.
Incoming missile.
Yep, this is what I'm concerned about, is all these missile launches around here.
Target destroyed.
And the problem is, if this contract goes well, the more you fight, the less. Let's go ahead and kill this guy first. The more you fight, the less coverage you have, which is not ideal. So I can't see through the smoke.
Critical.
Great snipe shot.
Boom! Headshot. Nailed it. I mean, you're wrong. I was saying like 20 feet away, but I still got a headshot. It still counts as a headshot. What other? Oh, go ahead and take that guy out, guys. I have all the confidence in the. Yeah, so these warehouses are full of weaponry that explodes. I want to stand back a little bit then.
System offline.
Accidentally shut. There is a way to override that, so if you are actually out on a mission, you can just hit the override button, and it will it will stop it from doing anything. So there's some. Oh, dang it, there's a tanks out here I want to get rid of real quick.
Target destroyed.
I need to help these guys really quick. Turn around here.
Target acquired. Critical.
So there's not much left of that mech. Problem is, if he goes critical, I am not in a good place.
Target acquired.
We're on it, Commander.
Can I find out which tower he's in and take him out next? I'm tired of listening to him.
Target is down.
Heat critical. Critical.
I'm showing heavy damage to a number of the facility structures. We appear to be about halfway there.
Start walking through buildings here. Save some ammo and maybe some time here. What worries me though is that I just heard a dropship come in.
This
Alright,
area
King
is
Crab,
also
can you get it
our
on the way,
focus.
please?
Just one final push,
Thank
and then we
you.
can all go home.
I guess we get a British pirate because he's saying petrol instead of gasoline.
Alright.
There we go.
The base is utterly destroyed, and any of the ancient weapons of mass destruction are buried under layers of dirt and steel. This should be enough leverage for us. Hopefully, it's enough to secure the safe release of the hostages.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Well done, Commander. Time to collect our pay.
I'll be honest with you, that was kind of an easy mission. I think the worst thing we fought was that Stalker, and once we got that guy down, I mean, I headshot the Orion, so we didn't have to do too much damage to him. That was actually kind of an easy mission. We kind of walked through that one. I know we took a little bit of damage. I think someone lost an arm, but still not the worst way to do that. Look, we actually did pretty well there, actually. So that was good. Yeah. So let's see what we get. I'm hoping come on like 5 tier 5 AC-20s. That's what I need. Everybody's gonna have an AC-20. Just absolutely demolish people with it. All right, we can get the Orion because we took him out. Took the headshot with him, but I don't think we quite can get them with the points we have. So let's get some medium lasers. We'll get that one. Why? Oh, it's like why is that 3? But that's not. That's how many we have? Not many. How many shares it's going to cost us? We'll take some of these burst fire AC-2s just so that we can sell them. Let's see what lost. Oh, the King Crab lost an arm. I don't know what you do manage that. All right, so here we go. That kind of sucks. I mean, some money, reputation, extended range PPC. It's money. Large pulse laser, not a bad one. LPX-10 I don't know what the solid slug is. I really don't know. Small pulse laser and LBX ammo, which kind of sucks, to be honest with you. Alright, let's go back to the star map here. We're going to head to... Do we want to head there? Maybe. Let's head to... Nope. Wow, we have to go all the way around there? Alright, let's head to Maxburg first, I guess. Which I know we could probably repair our mechs here, because technically it is an industrial hub. I think that's what it was. But the reason I want to go to that top one, apparently that top one is where the double heat sinks are most likely to pop up. So let's see what we got here. No, there's not a market here. Alright, star map. It was down one. Ooh, they have some rare weapons. You know what? Let's backtrack just a little bit here. See what those rare weapons are. Because those rare weapons could be pulse lasers. They could be things like Gauss rifles, things like that. So it could be a better AC-20 too. We'll see. They get 2 small pulse lasers and like an LRM-6. LBX-10, solid slugs, 2 AC. Ooh, hold on. There's a good AC. They said AC-20. It's a tier 4. We'll take it. Also, let's see. They have 3 medium pulse lasers. Not bad. Still have not seen any anti-missile systems yet, which is a surprise. I've seen it. I've seen once. I think it was a tag laser. But all right, let's go into my inventory here. Sell off the AC2s. Let's get rid of this AC5, and we'll get rid of this autocannon solid slug because I have no idea what it does. Nor do I really have a mech that would mount it. Anything else? That's the half ammos. I kind of want to keep those. Center range PPCs, get rid of that. Small pulse lasers, we'll get rid of all 4 of those because we don't use them. Alright, let's go ahead and repair our battle mechs while we're here. That one just needs repaired. I think all of them just need repaired except for the King Crab, which somehow decided to lose an arm. Repair all, it's an AC-20. Place with that AC-20 because that's the only one we have. But that'll work. And then, yeah, we got all 4 of our mechs repaired now. No any more rare weapons, but let's head up here to Hearts Hill. See if there's anything else over here. We got plenty of money, so if we do find something we really want, we can, we have the money to do so. So that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to do a couple more missions, so that because we were only at like $3 or $4 million. So even if we wanted to travel somewhere, we were running low on cash. But I think we're okay now. Well, there's a stalker for sale. Probably don't need it, but you know. It's nothing really special there. Alright. Medium pulse lasers, not a bad one. Large pulse lasers, still not too bad. Got a Gauss rifle. Anything like double heat sinks? No? Alright, move on to the next place here. No rare weapons. Got 3 rare mechs for sale, one being the Stalker, of course. Yeah, I think we're going to try to do the story missions after this. It's right about that time, so I think we'll be a little bit better off on this one. Got a King Crab for sale here. Okay, kind of crappy AC-20s. If it was to the point where he actually had... What in the world's that thing? I don't think I've seen this yet in the game. It's a Mauler. Not a bad mech. 4 AC-2s, 2 large lasers, and 2 RM-10s. Not a bad mech, but, you know, haven't seen it in the game yet. I was kind of looking to see if they had any better AC-20s on them, because I would actually buy the mech, take the AC-20s off, and then sell the mech back to them. I so would do that. No heat sinks here. Any AC-20s? Nope. Medium pulse lasers. Nothing really exciting. We got 2 more places to go, though. After I travel these 2 places, though, I'm going to take a 2-minute break or so to use the restroom really quick, and then we'll spend the last hour or so trying to get that last mission done. Hopefully we can get that done. Because right now we only have 3 missions left. That's why it's called 3 to go on the stream today. So apparently this one is a bit of a pain, though. So they said don't worry if you can't get it the first 10 or 20 times. Let's see here. Don't anything on there. Let's go over here. another large pulse laser, another medium pulse laser as well. So only a Gauss rifle over there. Nothing there. Any double heat sinks? No. All right, we got one more chance at this. See if we can. If not, well, we'll be going with what we have then. Which kind of stinks, but you know, that's what happens sometimes. We gotta go with what we have. I think we do have a couple better weapons and lasers and stuff like that. I think even though we lost a couple things along the way, I think we're still doing okay that way. Anything better there? Not really. Equipment. Single heat sink still. Nothing special. No, nothing there. Gauss rifles and then some medium pulse lasers, a large pulse laser. All right, well, not really what I wanted there. All right, well, I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to accept the transmission there because that'll be to the next story mission. I'm going to view the system there. It's a little bit of a flight out there. It's going to cost about $500,000. Get us about $9 million, give or take. So, because I'm going to take a break just real quick. Let me do that. And then I'm going to, I'll mute everything so you guys don't have to listen to the droning of the ship going on. But yeah, give me about 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Then we'll start on that story mission. Looks like I am back now, so that looks pretty good there. Let's go ahead and pop back into the game here. There we go. The travel button and set course. All right, well, it is right at 3 o'clock now. Let's see if we can. Honestly, how long this mission is, we probably got about 2 runs out of it. So, something we need to think about: what kind of mechs we want to bring, because if you look here, we can only bring 390 tons, which means we can only bring. Let's do this. All right. Which means we can't bring all 4 of our big mechs. Now, this is not. See, what I'm worried about with this, the Buckshot, which is our LBX 4 LBX 10s, is running out of ammo between here. And we had that issue with when we were piloting it. What I'm thinking we do is we actually switch this one out for the Victor, because that'll give us to our 380 tons. We don't have a 90-ton mech. At least I don't think we do. 75, 60, 70, 50. 75. Yeah, I don't believe we actually have a. He's actually got some really good medium lasers on him. Really good large laser on that guy. I know I'm thinking about how it's like parting people out. It's not ideal. But here's my thinking on this one. We don't have a 90-ton mech, which I believe the Stalker's an 85. I think maybe the Battlemaster's a 90-ton assault mech, which I don't think we even saw one for sale. We could get one off of salvage, but we didn't have the enough shares to do so. However, I think I was watching, or I was reading through a walkthrough guide of it. Hopefully I can kind of follow that. What kind of the big ones is, number one, they said send your mechs in quite a bit, because there's a couple missions or a couple of spots in the line. There is mechs that only target you, so you kind of want a lot more a lot more of your healthy armor on the front there. If you remember last time, we actually got to the Annihilator fight, which is pretty much right at the end, if I'm not mistaken. That mech only targets your mech, and so they say if you can actually stay back and have your mechs going after it, I mean, we can take out an Annihilator. We've got, well, we only have 1 right now, but you know, we would have had 2 on our team. Although, come to think about this, hold on here. I'm going to switch some things up. While I like the King Crab, the AC-20s he has on there, he's a tier 4 and a tier 3. It's pretty good. What would happen if we actually added in Buckshot instead? It's the same tonnage. If, as a matter of fact, what I would do is actually switch Buckshot for that guy. So this guy would be in the Victor. He has the 2 medium lasers, the SRM-4, and the AC-20 burst fire. It's not ideal, but he's still got a pretty good amount of weaponry for what he has. He's the best at lasers and his ballistic weapons, which he still has the ballistic weapons. He has some missiles. They're still not great. It's only an SRM-4 though. But this guy at 9 has the 4 LBX-10s and the 4 medium lasers, which he's a 6 out of 7 on weaponry. This guy's an 8 out of 8, but he also has the 8 out of 8 on the lasers too. I'm thinking that might be the best way to do this, and then I will be in the Atlas doing Atlas things, because I've maxed out lasers and I've almost maxed out heat dispersion already, so that's pretty good. Ballistic weapons are 8 out of 10 out, so with the AC-20, it's not a good one anymore, unfortunately. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get this done in an hour. That's at least the hope. Come on, game. Alright, here we go. Back to this one again. It's cool to see both Annihilators, though.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
The spaceport is just up ahead, Commander. We already know Comstar is here, but we don't know how many forces they have on site or how prepared they are for a fight.
Trust me, there's a lot of forces on site. I'll be honest with you.
That'd be nice.
Like, up until the Annihilator, well, up until the fight right before the Annihilator fight, it seems like it's not too awful bad. The problem is, once you get to, there's a fight right before the Annihilator one, which is, I think, what, 2 assault mechs, 2 heavy mechs, which is kind of hard. That one, that's where it gets kind of a little difficult. And then the Annihilator fight. If the Annihilator fight happens like right towards the beginning, I'd be okay with it. The problem is, you have to fight through the entire spaceport first before you actually get to that point, which is a bit of a difficult challenge. But it's one of those things you got to deal with. Let's wait here for the Annihilators.
This is a nice place for a fight.
You guys coming today? There's in Fuego, and then that should be Buckshot. I didn't name my Victor. I really didn't, because I'm not a huge fan of Victor. I mean, it's an okay one, but if I had a Battle Master, it would be the 90-ton mech we'd bring here. And if this keeps failing like we have been, we might have to go find a Battle Master to go buy. Even if that is the 90-ton mech I'm thinking of, it is. But I don't know. Hopefully we won't have to get to that point.
Let's not get distracted by that view. Keep focused.
Alright, the first fight should be around here somewhere.
Enemy patrol, Commander.
There we go.
Looks like the element of surprise is out the window.
Yeah!
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Alright, next guy.
Target identified.
I'm going to try to be a little more liberal on how I, or not conservative, I guess, with how I use my AC-20, because I really want to kind of save that as much as I can.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Share target identified.
There's that crab. Especially with everything else that we have out here, I think I can be okay in saving the AC-20 ammo. Because really the biggest thing we're going to fight until we get to that last fight, there's if I remember the mission correctly, there's a rifleman we have to face and a Black Knight, I believe. That's kind of the biggest things we have to fight. I think we actually go over here. So that's the biggest things. And there's a couple like demolisher tanks, which I think we can be able to take out with some lasers and missiles, which I don't think that'll be too big of a deal. I'm getting this mission and another mission mixed up, I think. So, I think that's the biggest two things, and that's right before the big fight before the Annihilator. So, we'll see. There's also a different way. I was reading on there. I guess there's having the high ground on that fight with the two assault mechs is the best way to do it. There's a ramp to the right. Remember, I was talking about that. If we can get up that ramp before they drop, apparently it's a lot easier to take them out that way. I don't know that for a fact, but we're going to give it a try. First of all, we got to get there first. And with these Annihilators, it's going to be a while. It's a little bit different when I was piloting him, because I could kind of tell how fast they were going to go. But, unfortunately, I'm not piloting them one anymore. Which, unfortunately and fortunately, because they were just so slow. Especially doing those hit and run missions, they're terrible at them. But for knocking out mechs, they're fantastic, especially assault mechs. They're fantastic at. Alright, this one should just be some tanks. Like LRM carriers, if I'm not mistaken. And SRM carriers, I think they're both in here. See what I mean about the long range one? So there, he took the first one out. I'm gonna take this guy out by himself. Some helicopters. Oh, they're not helicopters. They're these guys. That's okay. Yeah, that's why I wanted to have this long or extended range long lasers on there, because I knew like something like this, where we could very easily take them out with lasers if we had the range on them. I think that that was a kind of a smart move on my part. What a butthead. Came around the corner and just shot my torso. No regards on there's one of the demolishers. Well, the Victor stepped right in front of me on that one. But those are two AC-20s on a tank. Not ideal, let's be honest here. Something we want to take out with all haste. So far, all I've used one shot, and it was to take out one of those tanks. Because if we don't take it out quick, it will do a lot of damage to us. That's something we were trying to avoid as much of as we can.
Following your lead.
No, the Atlas almost tripped there. I don't know what was going on, but alright. Alright, so this next fight, I think, is where the rifleman comes out. So we gotta be careful with this one. Apparently the best way to do this one is just to send your guys in first. Because apparently there's a victor, or not a victor, there's a rifleman and a vindicator. Apparently the best way to take these guys out is, I love that, so all of a sudden these little, large lasers come flying by.
Urban section up ahead, Commander. Looks like Comstar hasn't done much to shore up their perimeter defenses yet, but keep an eye out for enemy mechs. They must have a few down here for defense.
So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my guys going first, because apparently there's a situation how it works is the mechs that come out automatically pretty much on the first hit or first shots, they actually get a really good chance to hit. So if I send my other guys in first, hopefully I won't be hit as hard. Kind of the idea at least.
Yeah.
So I'm I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and tell all three of my guys to go to that location. Now I'm just going to stop for a second. You know what? Actually, Vindicator, you stay with me. I'm going to let the 2 Annihilators go in because while the Annihilators are more range mechs than anything else, I know that I can catch up with them a lot faster. So let them walk on by here. That and the one Annihilator actually hasn't taken a hit yet. So, and it's not a Fuego, so it's Buckshot that hasn't taken a hit yet. So the one to my right now. So, you know, kind of spread the damage out. We did this last time as well, and it seemed to work out pretty well.
This place just needs a lake.
He wants a lake everywhere. I don't know why in the world he wants that, but he does. Let's tell the Victor to go there.
Repositioning.
'Cause unfortunately, if these, I hate to say this, but if these guys die, it's a little bit easier. If I die, the mission's over. So.
This must have been an impressive spaceport in its day. Look at all these support buildings.
Stop here.
Target acquired.
You heard the commander. Take the target.
Target
Oh my god. Wow, that was more than I expected. Or that was a lot quicker than I expected to be. Because I can't even get around these guys. That Wolverine's almost dead already. Alright, well, let's take out a few helicopters then while we wait.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, he's behind me. That's not ideal.
Target
So,
acquired.
Vindicator, there's the Vindicator I'm looking for. He doesn't move very fast anymore. But they just took down that Wolverine.
Target destroyed.
There goes the Victor. I think. Yeah, there he goes. Took him a second for him to fall, but he did fall. Oh, that's a cool shot, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. This would be terrifying if he saw this walking down the street like that. But it is pretty neat to see all three of our lance mates like that. Taking a few hits, but that's okay. Especially the Victor and the Annihilator, but
By the looks of it, Comstar has already started excavation operations searching for lost tech. Luckily for us, doesn't appear they've been here for too long or made much progress thus far.
I think this next part is just a bunch of tanks, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's just a bunch of tanks that are attacking.
Target
A couple
acquired.
helicopters as well, so. At least these VTOLs.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target is down.
And I think my guys with ammo, I think they're a little bit more strategic on how they use it, so
Target
I'm okay with
destroyed.
that because I've only heard like one LBX go off. I mean, I know they fired it more than once, but you know.
Another one.
Persons, there is what I'm looking for. take those guys out first. Any more of them? There's a 40 over there.
Target destroyed.
So we got this demolisher here.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
I think I missed him. Yeah, looks like I did. Is he stuck, maybe? If he is, it's fine. Hit him with every missile I have.
Target.
Target destroyed. Follow the commander.
Alright, so damage-wise, our Victor and our second Annihilator, so Buckshot, is not doing great. Other than that, not too bad damage-wise on my mech or the other Annihilator. But if you look, though, I just realized this. If you look at the cult or the codes for the each Annihilator, one is ANH-1E. That's the energy one, and then the ANH-1X. It's for the LBX or LBX, cannons that came with it. That's pretty neat. I didn't even think about that. I don't know if that's actually true, but that makes sense to me. But I'm saying this next fight, there should be 2 or 3 medium mechs, or like a medium mech and a light mech and a bunch of tanks. That shouldn't be too awful hard to take down, but once again, just got to be a little bit more careful, a little more diligent on how we use our ammo, stuff like that.
Relax in a place like this for months.
I think I've already used 400 shots of LRM-20 ammo, so I think about 20 shots of that left, give or take. Or 25 maybe, I don't know. I'm doing some quick math. B-Toss, thanks for the thumb up of approval.
You seeing this, Rihanna?
That Union dropship.
Alright, where is the rest of these guys at?
Extraordinary, isn't it? When it was still in service, that thing could carry 12 mechs into battle all at once. 3 full lances. From what I'm seeing, this spaceport was far more than a simple refueling station. Back when Star League was still in charge of the Inner Sphere, this must have been a key transport hub.
Where are these guys
Before
at?
the Exodus, before the Succession Wars. There's still
Alright,
a
there's
lot
one of them.
stuff buried around here.
The demolisher over
Clear
here.
out these Star forces and we can find out. Or Spears' people can, to be more precise.
I'm on it.
See if I can take out this demolisher before he really gets to us. There it goes. And there goes that one. Turn around. There's a couple other things out here. There might be some helicopters around as well. But there looks like there's just a couple of mechs we need to take out first. That Kintaro's had seen better days. I can't remember what the other mech was. It's a Griffin, which, let's be honest here. I mean, Griffins are
Mech is going critical.
great. Well, back up as quick as we can. My guys take out that guy. He's only got an LRM-5 left, so don't worry about him too much, but still gotta worry about him.
New target.
Take out the tanks really quick here.
Target destroyed.
Our light tank.
Target destroyed.
Guy's gone.
Target acquired.
With the demolisher, let's go ahead and use an AC-20. And come on.
Target destroyed.
There we go. All right. Well, this is. I think the next fight is the big one. Well, kind of the two. The big fight's a two-parter. Let's just be honest here. I think we're doing okay armor-wise, which it doesn't really look like it, but I think we are. And ammo-wise, I've only used 4 AC-20 shots, so. By the way, if you're curious, that's the dropship they're talking about. It's a Union class dropship. So you know how we have our little one that is a Leopard class dropship. Ours will drop 4 mechs at a time. That thing will drop 12 mechs at a time, so it can do 3 full lances. That's why I was kind of telling him to shut up a little bit about it. So yes, that is a big dropship. I think there actually is one called a Fortress class dropship, which is one above that. It's very similar looking to that, but if I'm thinking that one drops either 16 or 20 mechs at a time. It's something outrageous like that. It's either that, there's a Fortress class, and then there's like an Invader class. The Invader class I know is the bigger of the two, and that one might be the one that holds 24. I think. Or 20. Either way, it's a lot of mechs. It pretty much it's like a full, like, it's a battalion, I think. There's, so, like, you know how, like, in the military, if you like a group of people is a squad, and then there's a company and a battalion, things like that. It's kind of similar here in MechWarrior. It goes, you get a single mech, and you get your lance, and then I think it goes company, battalion, and then kind of on up. And just depends how many mechs are in there.
Looks like a perfect summer out there.
Not that we really have a battalion worth of mechs, but seems like the back of my mech is taking a huge beating instead of the front. Waiting for those annihilators to catch up to us, by the way. So, oh, they're just taking their leisure time, taking in the views. Maybe we can get out of here. Maybe they'll catch up a little bit faster. By the way, there's a lake. That guy was talking about wanting a lake here. There's one. Or it's a river. It looks more like a lake. A really small lake. Either way, it's a lake. A lake's a lake, no matter how small. Alright, come on. I know the Annihilators are slow. I just didn't think they'd be this slow. Like, having them following me. Fair enough, I knew how slow they were when I was piloting one, but, and both of them looks like they still have their legs on them, so they're still going at their full speed, which is still not a lot, but, so we started this at right around 3 o'clock, maybe a little after.
My kind of place.
We're already 25 minutes into this mission. Just because, I don't know if it's just because we're waiting on the Annihilator so much or what. Still, I mean, this is a long mission, don't get me wrong, but we're towards the end of it. So here's my idea. I'm going to try to get those Annihilators to the top of the ramp first. Both me and the Victor are pretty quick mechs. Well, quick in quick in the fact that we actually can move at a decent pace. The Annihilators have issues, so I'm wondering, because this will not trigger until we reach that ramp. I'm wondering if we reach, like, there's the top of the ramp. That's where we're going to go. We actually have some walls surrounding us and everything. I'm wondering, actually, if we can use this back ramp back here, now that I see that.
On your trail, Commander.
So let's see this, if we can. We're going to give this a try. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to give it a try. I want to go up this ramp right here. And so I'm going to, there's a big platform right there. Apparently the mechs will spawn from last time, if I remember correctly, at the bottom of this ramp. If we can keep them at the bottom of that ramp, we can kind of keep that high ground, and hopefully we don't have to, it'll be a little bit easier to shoot down on them. Kind of the idea, I guess. Come on, Annihilators, what are you doing? Right here, well, at least they're coming up here.
I could relax in a place like this for months.
Let's try to get our guys over there.
Relocating to nav point.
Enemy dropship inbound, Commander.
guys, form up on me.
Forming on the commander.
Does not look like the... Well, it doesn't look like one of the Annihilators made it through the wall here, so punch a hole in the wall so the guy can get through. Hopefully, this will be a little bit better strategy to get through this mission. Come on, guys, get up here.
Nav point received. Let's move.
Y'all coming or what? There we go. Single file, I guess.
At requested location. We're moving into position.
No, I'm taking this a little bit slower, but this is kind of what I wanted to do. Get everybody up here first, and then we can trigger that dropship. Alright. They are all here now. Now, let's see if we can trigger this guy real quick. There it goes. I hear it now. So, there's the dropship. They're going to start hitting the ship, which they can't take. Alright, there's a Highlander there. Actually, you know what, guys? Stay up here. Stay up here.
We are Oscar Mike. Lost the component.
Alright, well, that's not ideal. Guys, stay up here. Essentially, what we're going to do, we're going to try to face them one at a time as they come to us. We'll take out that Battlemaster first, though. And here they all come at once. Alright, well, that idea went out the window.
Requesting assistance. Component lost.
Just trying to stand up here just for a second, trying to draw some fire away from my guys. I guess they're firing at them. Alright, there's one gone and I'm about to die, I got a feeling.
Incoming missile.
Maybe not.
Focus target received, Commander.
But two of my mechs are about to, though.
Structure failure. Lost something.
System offline.
Dang it. Alright, well, this is not going as well as I thought it would.
Incoming missile. Target acquired. Heat critical.
Great snipe shot.
Alright, there's one headshot. Black Knight's going next. And I'm dead.
Commander, no! I've lost comms with the
Alright, you see how hard this mission actually is now. Well, I really don't know what else to do. I mean, we did everything that we could. I mean, fair enough, the mech shut down twice. If it hadn't shut down, I might be able to take out one of those third mechs, but I mean, we did everything correct. We had we had a pretty good amount of armor left. We had plenty of weaponry left. I just honestly have no idea how to beat this one. Right now, if that goes the same way as that one did, we have about one more chance at this before the end of the stream. We're gonna give it a try. I'm just kind of at a loss because I usually don't have this much of an issue with missions, but seems like this one I am. So the only other thing I can think of, and I'll try it on this run, is since I have a faster mech than everybody else, what would happen if I left all my mechs behind the original wall? So you got the ramps there, and then you have the wall behind it that I kind of walk through. What would happen if I were to trigger the mission and then run behind that wall and let them come out one at a time, hopefully, to try to kill those guys? I don't know if that's going to work or not. We're going to give it a try. I really don't want to do this mission again because it is a long mission. But I want to give it a try. I mean, this is what the stream's all about, trying to get through these difficult missions here. So, I don't know. We'll try it, but, you know. There we go. Stretch out the legs a little bit. I just hope we have I hope we have time. That's kind of the other thing. Thankfully, I don't have anything really going on after this, so At least not for a while. So, fingers crossed that
Reactor
we
online.
can get this done.
Sensors online.
Then I want to see what the next missions are after
Online.
this. I mean,
All
this is not
systems
just
phenomenal.
The spaceport is just up ahead, Commander.
it's not just wanting to get this done. I want to see what else is out there.
But we don't know how many forces they have on site or how prepared they are for a fight. If we're lucky, maybe we can catch them off guard.
That'd be nice.
All right, now we start our slow walk back to that fight again. This mission, this mission would be a lot easier if we could repair halfway through it. Well, I mean, fair enough. But I mean, even if like I couldn't repair in the middle of it, if I could just get more ammo for the LBXs, this mission would be a lot easier. Like if I could refill even like the halfway, or maybe a little bit more, even the full, you know, depending. Because I mean, then I could just take through and, you know, I'm trying to complain too much, but if I had, you know, if I could repair, you know, re-equip right in the middle of the fight with the LBXs. I mean, the LBXs we can take down mechs no problem with, and they reload really super quick. So I don't know. It's something I don't know if I need to figure out. Maybe try to just go out and find weapons again, or try to find better pilots and level these guys up. I don't know. That's kind of the difficulty about it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's kind of frustrating too, because like this is supposed to be a fun game, and we've gotten to a mission that we've kind of stopped having fun again, which is not good.
Let's not get distracted by that view. Keep focused.
Alrighty, what do we have here? We have the crab and we have that raven. We have a bunch of helicopters, so try to be a little more careful with this.
Enemy patrol, Commander. Looks like the element of surprise is out the window.
Target acquired. Target,
I think he actually hit the one I was going after, but alright.
target destroyed.
Raven or crab over there.
Priority target received.
Go ahead and get that crab gone.
Target
Go,
destroyed.
there's that guy. I'll get the raven.
Tango eliminated. You heard the commander. Take the target. Enemy mech eliminated.
Alright, there's one gun. Well, there's one fight done.
Yeah.
That turret popped pretty big. Getting one over here. Maybe not.
With you.
So after this, if this plan doesn't work, number one, that'll be the end of the stream. So we'll figure some out. Speaking of which, the reason I moved this tomorrow, I have an idea for a stream tomorrow. I'm waiting for something to come in though. So if it doesn't come in, we'll probably actually try to do some more MechWarrior. Maybe do 2 days of MechWarrior this week to see if maybe I can figure out what in the world I'm doing wrong. Maybe do some walkthroughs tonight and try to figure it out. But if not, there is something. I want to do some more iRacing tomorrow. So, but I'm waiting on something. So if something comes in. I have a couple friends that would love to join me to do some iRacing, so if you guys want to join me as well, we're going to be racing. If we do the iRacing stream, it'll be late models, dirt late models, the limited series. So the the D class cars because I'm not quite comfortable with the C class ones yet, and then the D class legend cars. So if you guys want to join me, you are more than welcome to. It'll be that that's our same time tomorrow. We'll do hopefully about 6 races is kind of the goal. I don't know quite how many we'll do actually, but if it can happen, I want to do it. So it's because it seems like a great idea. It seems like it's gonna be a fun time. So. Good. This helicopter should be gone here momentarily. Another LRM carrier there. Got him.
Forming on the commander.
So far, damage-wise, we're not doing too awful bad. Missed him because he was already dead. All right. It seems like every time I try to shoot one of these tanks, my guys have already killed it by the time I actually hit the trigger. Which is fine, but it's the problem is I don't want them to use like LBX ammo like they have been, because we can save that for later. Got him. Just stepped on that one. It's too close to really shoot at.
Have said of a field base here on the planet. My guess is they're planning on staying for a while.
Although I did just realize that none of my mechs are up here with me. Really, the only one that is the Vindicator. Here, there's those two guys gone. How did I miss a Demolisher? My question. One being that close, I don't like it. Alright, there's one gone. The Demolisher is a tank you really don't want to step on because they can tear you up at really close range. Alright, so the next one should be the Rifleman fight. So it'll be the Rifleman, the Wolverine, and the Vindicator. Am I getting hit by something? I think I got hit by my own mech. I think it just kind of ran in the back of me. Kind of wait up on the Annihilators here. I move at a very slow pace, but we're still moving forward. If I can get a number one, I don't have the good AC-20 anymore, which kind of stinks. But if I can headshot at least one or two, at least one of those, either the Battlemaster or the Highlander at the end, that would help us quite a bit. So don't get me wrong, part of it's on me. I gotta do as well as that. But really, if we, that fight, if we can get through there, and I still have or AC-20 ammo, things like that, I think we'll be okay, or be a little bit better. I don't know though, because essentially I want to do the same thing with the Annihilator. Essentially with the Annihilator, what I want to do is I want to I want to go ahead and try to stay behind one of the either behind that platform we're standing on, and let my other guys fight the Annihilator, and hopefully take out those light mechs by myself, like kind of peek out and shoot them. Kind of the idea I've got. That's kind of what they tell you to do as well. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, let's step up the pace a little bit here. And then have that guy stay here with me. This guy, oh, that's,
I can't target that.
everyone do this and this.
I don't think I can get there, Commander.
Alright, why didn't that work?
Navigating to location. On the move.
I just sent both my Annihilators in. The Victor's gonna stay with me. let's get a little closer because don't want to be Fuego to be down there by himself. You know what? Actually, the Victor can go down there as well.
On the move.
Well, that's not what I meant, but yeah, let's do that.
Moving.
That'll work.
This must have
And
been
this guy
an
can just go
impressive
ahead and follow me.
spaceport in his day. Look at all these support buildings.
Getting into formation, Commander.
Acquired.
Target received. Engaging.
There's a rifleman.
New target.
Commander's target. Move on. That kills reactor is about to go. Yeah.
Target acquired.
Well, that was not ideal.
Target acquired.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Target destroyed.
He's doing a backflip. Holy cow.
Target acquired.
Target is down.
Guy's down.
Target
The reactor on my kill is about to go crit.
All right.
Behind you, Commander.
Well, armor-wise, my mech's not doing too bad. The rest of them is not great. The Fuego, what we've called it, is a little bit worse for wear. The Victor's not bad, and the other Annihilator's not too awful bad. We have, before the big fight, we have the tank valley with all the LRM carriers, which is coming up right now, and then we have the Kintaro and the Griffin, and then like the helicopters and tanks to take out. And we're back at that big fight.
Comstar has already started excavation
So-
operations searching for lost tech. Luckily for
It's
us,
like the Annihilators are either stuck or just moving really slow, which,
made much progress thus far.
you know. Gonna run forward, just to pick up a few of them. So if we can get these VTOLs down.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
I got it.
Target destroyed.
So if we can take these guys down before we really get to the tanks and the missile launchers and things like that,
Destroyed.
that might help us a little bit. There's one.
Target acquired.
That's not one of them. That's an SRM carrier. Bring that one next.
Enemy destroyed.
Target destroyed. Target
Another
acquired.
one.
Target
There's
destroyed.
one gone. SRM 40 carrier.
Target destroyed.
Lost him before I could really lock on.
Enough with the friendly fire.
Get rid of this guy now.
Got another one.
Destroyed.
Well. So we gotta keep an eye on Fuego because he is hurting a little bit. But other than that, it looks like we kind of made it to this fight. So we have, I think, about 10 more things to take out before we get to the that last fight, or the second to last fight. Then we have the Annihilator fight. All right, well, let's see if we can get this done. Cut the speed back just a little bit so that my I can get my annihilators up here and a little bit closer.
This is a nice place for a fight.
The annihilators still taking their sweet time to get up to us. Where is the,
Looks like a perfect summer out there.
there they are. Alright,
Seen this, Rihanna?
let's back up a little bit, guys, here.
Dropship. Yeah, extraordinary, isn't it? When it was still in service, that thing could carry 12 mechs into battle all at once. 3 full lances. From what I'm seeing, this spaceport was far more than a simple refueling station. Back when Star League was still in charge of the inner sphere, this must have been a key transport hub.
Yeah, before the Exodus, before the Succession Wars. But there's still
Before the
a
Dark
lot of
Times,
valuable
before the
stuff
Empire.
buried around here.
I don't know. I mean, really, the Star League was more the Empire than anything else, because they pretty much owned pretty much everything. They had the best military out there, and I don't know, maybe that's just me saying that, but
Requesting assistance confirmed lost.
well, that's not good. We're only on the we're on the fight before the fight, and we're not quite. All right, well, I guess I'm dead. Come on, there we go.
Blast target is about to go critical. Blast target engaged.
Target
There's one
destroyed.
gone. There's all 10. How? Oh,
Follow the commander.
well, that's not what I wanted to see. However, we're back at that one fight. Looks like we've got two of them are not doing too good. The third annihilator, the last annihilator is not bad. It's about the same level of damage as me, but it's still not great. I still think we can do that, you know, that idea where we want to hide our guys behind that wall and then have them run around. I think that's kind of the best way to do it. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat this mission. There's something that I'm not doing correct for some reason. I don't know. We'll figure something out though, and we'll keep going. Just sitting there. Why? Catch up to me, please.
Forming on you.
There's a leg there. All right, let's go around there. Looks like he's missing an arm. I don't know if that's the AC-20 arm or if that's the large laser arm. I think that's the large or the laser arm. So, not that it's a huge loss. It's still a laser that we can have firing at an enemy, but you know. park it here.
Falling in behind you.
Wait for these annihilators to catch up, because they will. They are that far behind already. Why are you just sitting there? Let's go. I think he's stuck behind that leg and he's trying to figure out a way to get around it. There he goes. One of them's caught up at least. So let's see if we can continue on at least a little bit farther. All right, so once again, we'll do the same strategy and everything, or do the strategy we've been discussing for the past 20 minutes. Hopefully that'll work out a little bit better. Because this strategy seemed to work when we had the one mission we kept getting stuck on, where it's kill. It was killing Kane, I think is what it was called. We got stuck on that mission quite a bit, so yeah. I think we're getting to that point now where I think we can kind of go a little bit faster. But, I think where would be the best spot to park our guys at? It might be right. I'll see. Here's the thing, though. I want to. There's legitimacy to say that you can get a mech stuck behind a building or something like that, and they don't come all at you at once. Might not be the worst idea in the world. So if I'd rather think I want to park my guys on the far side here.
This is my kind of place.
Let's get them over there. I'm thinking if we can hide behind this wall here as long as we can, and have them come out like one at a time, because they won't. Once again, I don't think they'll shoot at us through the wall here. So guys, come over here.
Relocating to nav point.
Victor's here. Annihilator's come along there. Looks like they are moving kind of back from where they are, which is fine.
Copy that. Let's move.
Where's that one annihilator going? For God's sakes. Alright, hold on. Let's do this, and we're right there.
We're moving.
Looks like they're all three about to get out there. That's about where I want them. Alright, so
Holding at nav point.
let's go ahead and trigger that event. Do it the one way we found that was the best way. Do a turn here, and we're going to back it in.
Enemy dropship inbound, Commander.
comes the ramp now. There's the noise of the dropship coming in, so let's book it out of here.
They've deployed a full lance. Watch your flanks.
Yep. Couldn't quite make it all the way around the corner, but we were close. Let's see where they're going to go. Hoping they come in a little bit slower.
Forming on you.
Moving to requested grid, Commander.
Not coming around the corner as I thought they would.
Target acquired.
Holding a designated position.
I don't think it's like if we don't go in and attack them now, I think they'll
Opponent lost.
I think they're trying to sit there and tear up our mix.
Destroyed.
Yep.
New target acquired.
Target received. Engaging.
Well, this is going as well as I thought it would.
Connection point.
Well, if this Annihilator is in my way now, this is not good. You know, I don't think we're going to be able to do this one right this second.
Engaging.
That Black Knight's hurting a little bit, so let's keep hitting that guy. Well, walked around that corner there, so it's not ideal.
Leg disabled.
I can't. For some reason, this is not going well.
Target destroyed.
Alright, there's one down. For some reason, my mech is going crazy.
My mech's gone critical. I need to eject. I can't believe I made it.
Alright, my mechs keep walking in front of me, and that's one of the issues. Got nothing for them. If I say, you know, I'm getting frustrated, and that's one of the issues. Well, what in the world? Black Knight, let's see if we can take it out first. Take it out next.
New target acquired.
He is got quite a bit of damage on him. I think we'll not center now. There we go. Now my AC-20. Oh, there we go. Like my AC-20 will on fire now.
Over here.
Where is that? Alright, where is... There's two mechs left. I don't know where one of them is.
Holy cow, nice headshot.
Alright, well, we got a headshot on one guy.
Heat critical.
I figured as much.
Enemy low. Heat critical. Target destroyed.
Well, we got through the fight. However,
Commander, we're picking up a very faint radio signal emanating not far from your current position. I think it's a homing beacon of some kind. Farhad says it's pinging the Victor.
My father's Victor?
That's right. Farhad Yamada was lucky to even notice it on his diagnostic display. I've marked the location. I suggest you investigate.
Copy.
So, I don't think we're gonna be able to beat this one right now. I mean, fair enough. We beat that fight, so it can be done. However,
Heading to location.
see if maybe I can do the same thing over here, because there's gonna be another dropship with the Annihilator on it. And that's what we're going to have to focus on, I think. There's 500, 400. Come on, trigger something here for me.
Commander,
There we go.
I have another dropship on quick approach. Be alert.
You don't know when to leave well enough alone, do you, Commander? You've caused me enough trouble for a lifetime. Today, that ends. Comstar will not be stopped. You ordered the death of my father. You're not leaving this place alive, Yamada. We'll see about that.
Okay, so
On the move, following you.
they should have just dropped those mechs off. Now, fair enough. The only one we really have to worry about is Yamada himself, because he's podding that Annihilator. However, alright, that's what I was kind of hoping for, is some of the lighter mechs come for us first. Because that, once again, we all know the Annihilator is one of the slowest mechs out there.
Following the commander.
So if we just keep backing up, hopefully his Annihilator cannot keep up with his light mechs, and that we can take him out pretty simply.
Targeted and moving in.
Hopefully. I mean, it's...
Structure failure. Lost something.
Well, that,
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
that didn't work out as well as I thought it would. Yep, and this is what I'm concerned about, is having a bunch of light mechs on me by myself. So I can go full throttle this way and torso twist, see if I can keep hitting them. Alright, there's the Annihilator. So it has cut up a little bit.
Target acquired.
There's a flea. That is the fire starter. I'll lock onto it. Not really.
New target acquired.
Alright. So I can take out one of these mechs here.
Battle warrior.
Yep, I'm running low on AC-20 ammo, and that's kind of the problem. I hit him in the center torso with that AC-20 shot, so maybe that'll cause a bit of harm there.
Target destroyed.
Alright, there's one
Target
down.
acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired.
Alright, well, I know this probably isn't the smartest idea in the world, but let's just not run forward, but let's try to take out these guys as quick as we can here.
Depleted.
Yep. What do I have left? Right now, it's ran out of L or SRM 20 or SRM ammo. What I'm out of now.
Target destroyed.
All right, there's one flea gone. I can get some more missiles into this flea. Maybe not. Well, I'm missing both arms. I've got 2 shots of AC-20 left, and I've got a couple of missiles. That's about it right now. That flea keeps jumping around on me, so I'm going to back up, see if maybe I can draw him out here a little bit more. And that didn't work out well. Pretty much my only shot right now, if I can take out this flea, is when I get to the Annihilator, number one, catch it off guard and try to hit in the head twice with the AC-20. That's about what, that's my, that's the only way I can think of beating this right this second. Up there, that's what I thought, but only 4 AC-10s though, so it's not the LBXs I'm worried about. Come on, flea, what are you doing? I gave him a clear path over to me. He's not coming over here. There he is. You can do it. You can figure it out.
New target acquired.
Here comes the Annihilator, which is not what I wanted to see, but alright. This is not probably going to end well for me. I'll be honest. Let's see if we can find the flea over here. Aha, there he is. Got him back down here. It's kind of what I wanted. But, alright, there's one leg gone of his. Second one's going to go down here in a second here, hopefully. I had to use one of the AC-20 shots to get rid of the flea. Alright. Oh, it's going critical. Okay, we're good. Alright, well, here we go. There was the, there was my one shot there. There we go. Dang it. We just had the Annihilator left. That was it. Well, guys, I think that's where we're going to end the stream today, unfortunately, so pop that over. So essentially, guys, we'll try to do that again. We were that close this time. We actually took out 3 of the 4 mechs we had to. I think that was the last mech of the mission. So unfortunately, we didn't get it this time. I'll read a little bit on how we do it next time, and hopefully we will do it. But guys, thanks for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully tomorrow will be a really interesting stream. We'll see. If not, we probably will jump back into here and see if we can complete this mission again. Probably using some of the same strategies. It seemed like we were able to get to this pretty much constantly, so might just need a little bit of tweaking, and we might be able to get it done. So on that note, guys, I do appreciate it. If you guys are new here, all you got to do, the best thing to do to support me is just leaving a follow on Twitch. I'm up to 37 right now. I'm trying to get to 50. Currently, it's kind of the goal. So we only need about 13 more. That'd be fantastic to see. If you guys are interested on when I stream right now, at least this week it was 3 times. Next week might be a little bit different. I'm at least going to try to stream 2 days a week, at least Tuesday and Thursday. Looks like that might be a pretty good schedule from here going forward with my new job. Hopefully that'll be something we can do. So we stream Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday will probably be our Planet Coaster stream, and Thursday, if we don't complete it soon, it'll probably be our MechWarrior stream. We might have some other things we want to switch up in there as well. But guys, today, that is all I got for you. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you guys tomorrow for whatever, just depending on what we need, or what there's something I'm waiting on. So if we get that, great. If we don't, we'll be back in MechWarrior. So tune in tomorrow to see what we're doing. But guys, have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow here. Same time, same place, maybe the same game. Who knows yet? I'll see you guys tomorrow.